show you firsthand what you're dealing with specifically in the south area of town. Cory Howard live for us. Trees down, power lines down. Cory, walk us through it.
Yeah, you guys, other than an occasional car passing by, you can actually, it's kind of eerie. You can hear those branches creaking, cracking, and in some cases breaking. This branch right here broke just as we were setting up our live shot, and this is what you're dealing with. This is why they're breaking. This is a relatively small tree branch, but it's just covered in snow and ice, much, much heavier than it should. But I chose this area 35th and Grand for a reason, because it shows you everything that you're going to run into on your commute this morning, because you have small branches like this. If you live on a residential street, chances are you're going to run across something like this. This giant branch fell down, covering the road here. We did have a car just able to squeeze by here just a couple minutes ago, but for the most part, completely blocking your commute this morning. These are the residential streets, but if you can follow me this way, because once you get off the residential streets, let's say that you make it out of your house, you're able to get past those big branches on the residential streets, you get to an arterial, here's Grand, here's what you're going to be dealing with on Grand. All right, we have heavy, heavy trees, power lines. If Gabe, you can get a shot of this, power lines right here, those trees snaggled in them right there, just hanging on, barely hanging on. And as we have a car coming, we'll get out of the road here. It looks like there's some sort of utility truck down there. We'll go down and check that out and see what that's like. But this is Grand right here. This is 35th and Grand. You see these southbound lanes completely blocked by all of these trees here. So again, even if you can make it out of your residential street, chances are you're going to run into something like this. You're going to be playing a lot of Frogger, if you will, trying to find a route to work. And guys, if I can add just a little bit of levity to a very serious situation, one more piece of advice for you. If you're going to go out in the snow, don't wear dress shoes. These aren't working for me here. I'll send it back to you guys.
But we're going to give you credit. You were supposed to be working inside today, and you just grabbed your coat and went out. Cory, great, excellent live shot, really illustrating what you're dealing with. Thanks for your effort out there this morning. UI, let's take you back live to the South Hill, and Cory Howard live for us this morning.
Yeah, guys, I wanted to give you a little bit of an update, because about 10 minutes ago I told you southbound Grand was completely closed due to trees being blocked, but there was also a utility truck or something in the distance. That actually turned out to be a front loader, and they've come through here. And as you can see, as I cross the street, making sure no cars are coming, southbound Grand getting a little bit clear. I heard Grace talk about between 34th and 40th. That's this area right here. And southbound Grand starting to clear up just a little bit, making it a little bit more passable for drivers. And also something to watch out for, because I just saw the front end loader almost run into this power line right here. Again, this is just south of 35th and Grand. You see how close that is to the roadway. The front end loader actually had to brake really hard because he almost ran into that. And if you have a truck, we saw a box truck almost run into it. So keep an eye out for those this morning as well, because that one, while hanging low, some of them are hanging even lower. So again, watch out for power lines. Just wanted to give you guys an update though. Southbound Grand looks like they have crews out working to clear all of these branches, at least on the arterials for now. I'll send it back to you guys.
Cory, I think you make a really good point, because, you know, we've been telling people, keep an eye out for the power line.
Minutes ago, front loader was clearing Grand on the South Hill. Cory Howard showed you that live. Let's go back to him right now.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Yeah, I'm at 35th and Grand, and we haven't really moved here because really this tells the tale of everything you need to know for your morning commute. We're just south of where we saw that transformer sparking, or north rather, where we saw that transformer sparking at the top of the show. But traffic is starting to pick up on the morning commute, and here on Grand, it's moving freely. And again, that's thanks to that front end loader. Let's get out of the way as this car wants to turn in here. Stay out of the way. The snow is it's heavy, it's wet, it's bringing down branches, it's bringing down power lines. As you see, this car is about to find out here. You got a big branch there, but again, this one thankfully a little passable on the left there, and he's through. Good deal. That's what you're going to be dealing with if you're going to be driving on the residential street. So again, the arterial's clearing up a bit out here. Grand looking better. You see the residential streets, you got to pass those by. Power lines are what you're going to want to watch out for too, because they're not just on the ground. I don't know if Gabe can get a shot here, but just a little ways down the road there, you have about a 7-foot clearance as a power line is hanging low, and we've almost seen multiple vehicles hit it this morning. So something to keep an eye out for there. That's pretty much what's going on right now. Again, getting a little bit better on the arterials. Side streets are what you're going to want to watch out for. Something else to mention, if you have automatic sprinklers, it's weird to say this on October 9th, but you might want to turn them off. This house right here had their sprinklers going about 5 minutes ago, and I'm going to go ahead and say it, you don't need to water your lawn this morning, guys.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you know, we've been talking about this a lot where it just kind of hit us so quickly.
And we are following breaking weather coverage for you and receiving some brand new information about a serious crash earlier this morning along Highway 2.
Right away, we want to go out to Cory Howard, who tells us that someone was just life-flighted from that crash.
Yeah, guys, I'm out here on Highway 2 just west of Fairchild Air Force Base, and if you turn around and look here, this is the result of that rollover crash earlier this morning. Tow truck just arrived on scene. Washington State Patrol telling me there were 4 people in that van, and they were all school bus drivers. They were on their way to the terminal to begin driving school buses this morning when they were run off the road by this truck over here going too fast for conditions. Washington State Patrol telling me that one person out of that van, there were 4 people in it, one person was life-flighted to the hospital, the other 3 taken by ambulance to the hospital. You see the tow truck just arrived on scene to clear the area here. As far as traffic goes, it doesn't appear all lanes are flowing. There are no blockages right now, but again, you need to drive for the conditions and slow down out here. Reporting on the West Plains, I'm Cory Howard.
Yeah, absolutely, Cory. Such good advice. Let's send things out to Cory Howard. Breaking news. This does not look good.
Cory, what do you have there?
Yeah, guys, I am out on Highway 2 just west of the Deep Creek area, just west of Fairchild Air Force Base, where Washington State Patrol responding to a handful of slide-offs this morning, but this obviously one of the more serious ones, as this van right here was traveling east on Highway 2. That truck that you see in the background there came up too fast, ended up running it off the road. That van full of 4 people. Those 4 people, bus drivers for a local school district, Washington State Patrol tells me. One of them taken to the hospital by helicopter, the other 3 taken by ambulance to the hospital. I'm being told that their injuries are considered not life-threatening at this time, but they are, of course, serious. Right now, traffic on Highway 2 is not blocked. It's moving in both directions okay. However, you're still going to want to take it slow out here as the roads are slick. Looking at the thermometer on our car, it's about 28 degrees out here. Icy road conditions. If you're driving too fast, this can happen right here. But again, just to recap for you guys, Highway 2 just west of Fairchild. This van run off the road by a truck driving too fast for conditions, according to Washington State Patrol. 4 people taken to the hospital. Again, school bus drivers who were on their way to the terminal. They obviously never made it, but they are now in the hospital. One of them taken by helicopter, the others by ambulance. Guys, back to you.